Welcome to Daily News in AI Agents, the place to get a quick roundup of the most exciting developments in AI agents every day. Subscribe to our LinkedIn newsletter today in the link below to stay activated.
Welcome to another deep dive. You guys sent in a ton of stuff on AI this time.
Yeah, it's quite the mix.
It really is. We've got articles from sites like the Decoder and Data Economy.
Some academic stuff, too.
Yeah, like from Nature.
Oh, and that one from Scientific American.
Right. That one really made me think, like, whoa, were we really heading there?
Right.
So, ready to jump into the world of AI, see what's new, how it's changing everything.
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
Okay, so first up, it's kind of crazy how AI is just like everywhere now.
It's not just some futuristic concept anymore. It's part of daily life.
Totally. Like, take OpenAI's Sora.
The video generator.
Yeah, it can make these crazy realistic videos just from, typing in what you want. And ChatGPT Plus subscribers already have access.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it?
And they just released it to everyone else too, actually, with a turbo version coming out right after.
I can't even imagine what filmmakers and advertisers will do with this.
Right. It's like straight out of sci-fi, but it's like here and now.
It really shows how competitive the AI field is getting. Like X, Twitter, they launched their own image generator.
Aurora, right.
Yeah, but it seems like they're having some trouble with it.
It was a race to the top, everyone trying to outdo each other.
For sure. But AI is more than just pictures and videos. Think about Meta's language model, Llama 3.3.
That's a mouthful.
It is, but almost 600 million people are using it every month.
Seriously, what even is a language model?
Think of it like that predictive text on your phone, but like massively bigger. It's learned from tons of text, so it can understand and write almost like a person.
Wow. So AI can make videos, create images, and even write like us. Is there anything it can't do?
That's the question, isn't it? As amazing as all this is, we got to remember AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used in good ways or, well, not so good ways.
That's a good point. It's like, fire, it can keep you warm, but it can also burn your house down. Depends how you use it.
Exactly. Look at healthcare. AI is helping detect cancer earlier and more accurately. Let's save tons of lives.
That's incredible. There's actually a report on that, right?
Yeah, one by Medscape and HIMSS. But then there's the other side of things. Like, that Scientific American article, the one about AI turning our lives into the Truman Show?
Oh, yeah, that one was a bit creepy.
Right. Imagine if AI starts controlling everything, manipulating our choices, like we're all living in some staged reality show.
It's like, how much convenience are we willing to trade for, control over our own lives?
And then there's the whole AI safety thing. It was in Import AI. Basically making sure that as AI gets more powerful, it's still doing good, still aligns with, human values.
So it's a bit of a crossroads, right? This incredible potential, but also these big concerns about control, privacy, what it even means to be human in an AI world.
Absolutely. And these questions are only going to get tougher as AI keeps advancing.
All this AI, it makes you wonder, how much power does it all need? Are we talking coal-powered algorithms or something a bit more, green?
That's a huge question. Just how much energy does all this AI actually use? So, yeah, AI is doing some pretty incredible stuff, but all that processing power, it's got to come from somewhere. And it takes a lot of energy, like LOT.
It's like, I don't know, training for a marathon. You need fuel to keep going.
Exactly. But instead of, pasta and energy drinks, it's megawatts of electricity.
Wow. So what are we talking, entire power plants dedicated to AI?
It's getting there. There's this article in Big Data Wire talked about these new NVIDIA AI chips.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about those.
They had to be water-cooled just to keep from, overheating.
Seriously, water-cooled. That sounds more like some hardcore gamers setup, not a data center.
Right. It just shows how much power these things are using. And as AI models get even more complex and the data sets get bigger, well, the energy demand is only going to skyrocket.
So it's like we want more powerful AI, but we also want to, keep the planet from melting down.
That's the challenge, finding that balance. Thankfully, there are people working on making AI hardware more efficient.
Oh, that's good to hear. What, like solar-powered algorithms or something?
Well, not quite. But New Scientist had a piece about these new optical chips. They could potentially train AI much faster, but use way less energy.
So there's hope. We won't be stuck with these, energy-guzzling AI monsters forever.
Fingers crossed. I mean, innovation in hardware plus focusing on sustainability, those are key.
It's not just the tech world being changed by AI, though, right? Like, even how we interact with information with each other, it's all changing.
Absolutely. Remember that story about itch.io, the gaming platform?
Oh, yeah, the one where it got taken down by some, like, AI anti-phishing thing.
That's the one. Pretty embarrassing, huh? You'd think an AI would be smart enough to tell the difference.
I know, right? Kind of shows that even the most advanced AI can still mess up.
Exactly. And sometimes those mistakes can have real consequences. That's why human oversight is still so important.
It's like relying on autocorrect all the time. Sometimes it saves you a few keystrokes, but sometimes, it changes your words into something totally different.
Perfect analogy. But it's not just about AI making mistakes. It's also about how people are, adapting to AI being everywhere, even pushing back against it sometimes.
Yeah, like remember that Reddit thing with the new AI-powered search for discussions?
Oh, yeah, that one's interesting. Some people love it, find it super useful. Others, not so much.
I guess some people are worried about bias or even manipulation, right?
Definitely. It raises the question, how much control are we willing to give up, even if it means things are easier or more convenient?
It's like that episode of Black Mirror where everyone's rating each other constantly. Sounds good in theory, but kind of terrifying in reality.
Exactly. And it's not just the users who are adapting. Companies are too.
Yeah.
Like, remember that article in The Verge about Samsung using one of Pixel's best AI camera features?
Oh, yeah, I guess they figured, hey, if it works, why not?
Right. It's like this constant game of leapfrog, each company trying to stay ahead.
Which is good for us, I guess. More competition, better tech.
Absolutely. So we've got all these advancements, these concerns about society and the environment, but there's another big piece of the puzzle, right?
The money. Who's paying for all this?
Right. All this development takes resources. Investors, startups, they're all trying to figure out how to, cash in on AI.
Which brings us to our final part, investing in the AI future. Seriously. It's like every day there's another headline about some AI company getting millions in funding.
It's a wild time to be in AI, that's for sure. Investors are really seeing it as the next big thing, like the next internet.
I guess it makes sense, but it's hard to keep up with it all.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much hype. It's hard to know what's real and what's just, smoke and mirrors.
Exactly. Like Pathway, they got what, like $10 million to develop live AI? What even is that?
So live AI, it's kind of like imagine an AI that's constantly learning, changing, not just following instructions, but actually responding to the world around it.
So more like, I don't know, how we learn from experience.
Yeah, exactly. Think about those self-driving cars. They have to navigate all these unpredictable situations, right? Or like a personal assistant that actually gets to know you, your preferences, and can anticipate what you need. That's the goal of live AI. It's constantly adapting.
Sounds pretty futuristic.
It is. But it's also got investors really excited. The question is, how do they know which AI ventures are actually going to, pan out?
Yeah, are they just throwing money at anything with AI in the name?
Some probably are caught up in the hype.
Yeah.
But the smart investors, they're looking for real substance.
So how do they tell the difference?
Well, Swift Ventures, they're actually trying to help with that. They've got this new AI index. It's supposed to cut through all the noise, identify the companies that are actually making real progress.
So like a guidebook for AI investors.
Exactly. It's not just about the flashy demos anymore. You got to show results, real-world applications.
I guess that makes sense. It can't all be hype, right?
Right. And speaking of working together, did you see that piece about Comet? They're joining that Amazon SageMaker Partner AI Apps program.
I don't think so. What's that about?
It's basically like different companies teaming up, trying to build a better AI infrastructure so everyone can benefit.
Kind of like, I don't know, the early days of the internet. Everyone trying to figure it out together.
Exactly. Lots of collaboration, sharing ideas, building on each other's work. It's pretty exciting.
So, okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. AI breakthroughs, concerns about, energy and ethics, and now the investment side of things. What are the key takeaways for our listeners? What should they be thinking about when it comes to AI?
Well, the first thing is AI is here to stay. It's only going to get bigger, more powerful, more integrated into our lives.
And it's not all sunshine and roses, right? We've got to be mindful of those challenges, the energy consumption, potential for misuse, all those ethical questions. Those aren't going away.
No, definitely not. But even with all that, the potential of AI is just incredible. Like, it could really help us solve some of the biggest problems we're facing. Climate change, disease, you name it.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword then, huh? Exciting possibilities, but also some real risks.
Exactly. It's like we're on the edge of something totally new, full of both, promise and uncertainty. and we get to be a part of it.
True. So any last words of wisdom before we wrap things up?
I just say stay curious, stay informed, ask questions, don't be afraid to challenge assumptions. AI is evolving so fast, and it's going to impact all of us. So be a part of the conversation. Help shape the future of AI.
Great advice. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI. And until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, stay engaged.